President Trump enraged coastal America yesterday when he retweeted 3 videos being circulated by a woman called Jada Franson, deputy leader of Britain First. It's a nationalist group in the UK. Trump was criticized also by the British Prime Minister, Theresa May. The press in both countries declared him a fascist or worse.
This morning, the president started his day by promoting anti-Muslim fascist propaganda, retweeting videos posted by the leader of a British hate group called Britain First.
Jada Franson. She is known in the UK for spreading anti-Muslim and racist videos.
There's so many levels of this that are so ridiculous. The president retweeting someone who was arrested, a hate speech person.
Today, the president of the United States once again embraced the message of racist, bigoted bullies.
Subtle. Of course, there's nothing actually fascist about retweeting a video, but there is creeping fascism out there. It's the steady death of free speech in the West. Jada Franson has repeatedly been punished by British authorities for saying what she thinks out loud. That used to be legal. She's been banned from at least one English city for handing out anti-Islamic literature there on the grounds that her opinion caused, quote, community tension. She's been banned from any mosque in England or Wales for 3 years. She was fined more than $2,000 for saying that Muslim men commit high numbers of rape in the West. Recently, she was arrested for a speech she gave in Belfast in August. It's possible she could face charges and prison time for speaking. Just to be clear, none of that behavior was violent. Franson is being targeted by authorities because her views are unpopular. Now, you'd think this would horrify reporters here in the U.S. You'd think they would have an interest in defending free speech, but no. Instead, as you just heard, they are citing her arrest as evidence that her views ought to be suppressed. She is, quote, a hate speech person. Should have shut up and disappear. Guardians of the First Amendment cheering on its destruction. That is terrifying, but it's not confined to Britain. Throughout the UK and Western Europe, and in Canada too, by the way, citizens have been arrested for expressing political views the authorities don't like. You didn't think that could happen, but it is happening. Last June, for example, we could give you many, German police raided dozens of homes in a coordinated effort to stamp out offensive posts on social media. The civilization that gave us free speech, the West, has suspended the concept because it conflicts with the diversity agenda. That seems like maybe the real story here. Qasim Rashid is national spokesman for the Ahmadiyya Muslim Community USA, and he joins us tonight. Mr. Rashid, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me, Tucker. How are you?
So, great. So one thing I'm not going to do is get in a position to argue about the content of these videos because
It's deplorable. It's ridiculous.
You don't like them.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Whatever. Violence. It's nonsense. Yeah.
Right. I mean, they're ugly, whether they're real or not. If they seem real, but look, I'm not an expert.
I mean, the president's finding a new way to embarrass himself.
Here's what I'm an expert on.
Day.
I'm an expert on the legacy of Western civilization.
Sure.
And its main legacy is the freedom of speech. You get to say what you think is true, period. And that's not the case in Europe and Canada, as you know, thanks in part to pressure from Muslim groups.
No, I don't think that's true.
Well, actually, it's literally true, and it is now a crime, as you're seeing in the cases I just mentioned, to offend people. It's literally a crime in the UK to offend people, to alarm or distress. That's the Public Order Act 1994. You can go to jail for that.
Sure.
Will you support that?
I support free speech. The Ahmadiyya Muslim community, the Muslims who believe in the Messiah, Mirza Ghulam Ahmad of Qadian, we're a worldwide Muslim community. We're in over 200 nations worldwide. And we spread because of free speech, because of free exchange of ideas. So believe me, when I say we believe in free speech, we're not just saying it as a figure of speech. We've benefited from it on a worldwide scale. Our community members are persecuted horribly in countries like Pakistan simply because we want to express.
Well, then
our
you are drawing the right lesson from your experience.
Absolutely.
I applaud you for that. But I wonder if you would raise a voice in defense of a woman I'm sure you despise, the woman whose videos Trump retweeted yesterday. She's facing apparently jail time for saying things the authorities don't like. Should she be facing jail for that?
Well, I think if people want to criticize Islam, by all means, go ahead. I have no problem with that. People can criticize Islam to my face, and they can do it all day and every day. That's not the issue here. The issue here is we have a situation around the world where, for example, in the United States, hate crimes are at a 20-year high against Muslims.
Right.
In a country
but is expressing dislike of a religion or of a person or of an idea.
Nothing wrong with expressing dislike.
But in Europe, that qualifies as a hate crime. I'll read you the statute.
No, I've read the statute. I know.
Yeah, there are a couple of them.
But what we saw here was a woman who claimed that these are Muslim migrants coming up and beating up a poor Dutch boy, inciting racial tensions, inciting violence. So, what I don't want to do.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. So you are actually, because I want to pin you down, and I want you to be slippery with me.
No,
So you're saying that she's inciting violence, so she is guilty of a crime.
What I'm saying is that when you promote deliberate false information against an already marginalized minority, just like somebody promoting myths about
she
Jews...
She should be charged. So you're actually not for free speech.
I'm totally
I almost
for
fell
free
for
speech.
that for a second. I'm for free speech. No, but what she's saying is here's a video of something. Maybe she's wrong in the way she describes it, but you're saying what she did is a crime.
No, what I'm saying is that when somebody promotes Nazi ideology in a country where Nazis have mass murdered millions of people, I can't defend that. Maybe you can defend that. Maybe other people can defend that.
No, but you're totally missing it. And I thought you understood the concept of free speech.
No, I do understand.
You don't have to endorse an idea to believe that people ought to have a right to express it.
And I think we agree on that. What I don't agree with...
Why are you accusing me of having Nazi views when I'm just defending free speech?
I don't accuse you.
So, but really quick, we're almost out of time. I just want to get to the bottom of this. Do you think this woman should face charges? Simple.
For promoting violence, yes. If it's just criticizing Islam, no. Nobody should face...
But she's not promoting violence. She's showing a video you don't like.
She's promoting Nazi ideology.
Okay, so you're not for free speech. I'm sorry. I almost fell for the I'm for free speech. Okay, so that's not allowed. All right. What you call Nazi should be banned.
I mean, I like my Jewish friends. I don't want them to be killed by Nazis.
I hate the Nazis, but people have a right to say... Not defending the Nazis. I'm defending speech. No, we're not, because you're opposed to free speech, and I'm glad I got it out of you.
I'm opposed to Nazis.
Oh, right, okay. Got it, yeah.
Interesting.
Big Nazi, okay.